Coming aboard the Waverley takes me back to my childhood. It reminds me of family and times gone by. Each summer I take a trip, indulging in the nostalgia of steam travel wherever it takes me.
In the 1950s, when I was a boy, we always went to either Dunoon or Millport for our 2 weeks holiday. My father rented a house in Clyde Street, Millport. I remember it was great for watching the steamers like Waverley arriving and departing from Millport Pier. Went out the back door and on the rocks at the water's edge.
In the late 70s, the Glasgow branch of the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society was asked to provide a demonstration team for an evening sail on Waverley from Glasgow, and I took part as a member of that group. Coincidentally, there was a team on board from a TV company which were making 2 programmes. We found ourselves being filmed, and in due course the programmes appeared on TV just after the 10 PM news. I did hope that all my school pupils would already have been in bed, but no. I was informed the next day that I had been seen on TV the previous evening, and in bemused, almost outraged tones, that I'd been dancing.
"1996 was when I first seen Waverley with my dad at the Festival of the Sea in Bristol. Not long after, I took my first trip from Clevedon to Ilfracombe. It was magical. I'm very happy to help our cause. Waverley will go on for many more years yet."
Waverley seemed to take you to places that were hard to get to, like Tinnabrook. I loved sitting up near the bow where you could hear the beat of the paddles. It made Waverley sound alive.
Visiting relatives in London a few years back, and I took my daughters up to Tower Bridge one evening to see the new Shard building. Waverley was moored next to the bridge, which then opened, and Waverley left her mooring. She turned in front of us and sailed down the Thames. It was great to see her in a different setting from the Clyde.
My best childhood memories are on the Waverley. On one occasion, a man was playing his guitar and I was stood at the railings. Didn't realise my shoes were quite so loose. Splash, into the Clyde they went.
Waverley came to Stornoway in 1988, I think. My family had just returned from Glasgow where my dad was receiving treatment for cancer. I was 9 at the time. My uncle came home suddenly. He worked in London and he decided he wanted to take us out for an outing as he wanted us to have as much time having fun with my dad as possible, so he bought us all tickets for the Waverley. That night we all went up to the harbour and had the most amazing evening. I remember walking round the boat with my dad, holding his hand and cuddling into him, drinking hot chocolate. My dad passed away a few months later, but this is the best memory I have of him and I, so Waverley will always have this huge piece in my heart.